I must state that for safety, honesty and cautious reasons, the information in this video was gathered through research on the internet. I am not telling you to do anything in particular. Your choices are of your own volition. Seek medical advice for further knowledge. Creatine is an organic compound that plays a vital role in energy production within muscle cells, particularly during high intensity exercise. It exists in various tautomers in solutions. This is a description given in chemistry. The most common form of the creatine supplement is creatine monohydrate, which has the chemical formula C4H9N3O2 H2O. What are tautomers? In chemistry, tautomers are structural isomers of chemical compounds that readily interconvert. The chemical reaction interconverting the two is called tautomerisation. This conversion commonly results from the relocation of a hydrogen atom within the compound. What is the easy definition of tautomerism? The presence of two or more forms of the same compound that are capable of interconversion. It can also be the presence of several forms of the same chemical compound, which would determine the actual structure of a compound. Creatine is found in vertebrates, where it facilitates the recycling of adenosine triphosphate, primarily in muscle and brain tissue. What are vertebrates? Well, vertebrates can be classified into 5 major groups: mammals, reptiles, fish, amphibians and birds. Vertebrates are animals that have a backbone, spine and a skeleton. So this would also include humans. What exactly does creatine do to the body? Creatine helps maintain a continuous energy supply to your muscles during intense lifting or exercise. In addition to providing more energy and helping to increase muscle growth, creatine helps to speed up muscle recovery. When you exercise, you create micro tears in your muscle fibers, which need time to rest, repair and heal. Will creatine burn belly fat? Research does not show a significant link between creatine and weight loss. However, it may indirectly impact weight because it may help increase endurance and recovery when exercising on a regular basis. This extra endurance will help you to work out for longer, and the speedy recovery will allow you to get more workouts in. So ultimately, all this exercise will allow you to drop weight. Will creatine burn belly fat? As with other supplements, you should talk with a healthcare professional before taking creatine, especially if there is or you have existing health situations or ailments. What does taking creatine do for you? The use of creatine could allow an athlete and those working out to do more work during sprints or reps, leading to greater gains in strength, muscle mass and performance. Creatine is often used by athletes involved in high-intensity intermittent activities that require a quick recovery during training and competition. It has also become a favourite supplement for gym goers and those working out in general. Who should not take creatine? Creatine supplementation is generally considered safe for healthy adults, but certain individuals should avoid or carefully consider its use. Individuals with kidney or liver problems, diabetes and those who are pregnant or breastfeeding should not take creatine. Also, youth under the age of 18 should not really be looking into enhancement supplements full stop. Give yourselves time to mature. Those people with bipolar disorder should also discuss creatine with a healthcare provider, as it may increase the chance or possibility of having a situation or breaking out in an episode. Here's a more detailed explanation. Kidney and liver ailments. Creatine can put stress on the kidneys and liver, especially with big amounts, so individuals with pre-existing conditions should avoid it. Diabetes. Creatine may affect blood sugar levels, potentially making it unsafe for people with type 1 and type 2 diabetes. Bipolar disorder. Creatine may potentially increase possibility of mania in individuals with bipolar disorder, so it's important to discuss its use with a healthcare professional. Youth under the age of 18. While creatine is popular amongst the youth, there's no real safety data for this age group. Some medical organisations recommend against its use, so mature first, give yourself time to grow before using any enhancements when it comes to working out. Certain prescriptions that you get given. If you are taking any prescriptions that affect your liver, kidneys or blood sugar, you should be cautious about taking creatine as it may interact with them. Pregnancy and nurturing your youngsters with your lady bumps. There's limited information on the safety of creatine during pregnancy and nurturing, so it's best to avoid it. This is pure common sense anyway, as you are growing or feeding a small person with your body. Consult a healthcare professional. It's always advisable to talk to your GP or a registered nutritionist before starting any new supplements, including creatine, to ensure it's safe and appropriate for your individual needs and health status. Is there a downside to taking creatine? It may cause bloating. A common situation linked with creatine supplements is discomfort due to bloating. Creatine can pull water into your muscle cells, leading to water retention and bloating. This may only occur with higher amounts of creatine over a short period of time, known as the loading phase. Creatine supplementation is generally considered safe for most healthy individuals, but some side effects can occur. Common side effects include weight gain due to water retention, muscle cramps, digestive issues like having a runny belly or stomach upsets, and in rare cases, more serious situations like kidney or liver malfunctions. Muscle cramps. Some users experience muscle cramps, which may be linked to dehydration or electrolyte imbalances. Dizziness or fatigue. Some individuals may experience dizziness or fatigue while using creatine. These side effects are not as common. Dehydration. Creatine can increase the demand for water in muscle cells, potentially leading to dehydration if your hydration is not adequate enough. Anxiety. In unusual but known cases, creatine supplementation has been associated with anxiety. The chance of having a seizure. These are again an unusual situation, but have been known to happen, and of course, they are potentially a very serious side effect. Important considerations when dealing with creatine. Individual tolerance. Some people may react differently to creatine, with some experiencing side effects with even lower amounts than the more experienced person. Hydration. Maintaining adequate daily hydration is crucial, especially when taking creatine, to prevent muscle cramps and dehydration. Volume and amounts. Larger amounts in the loading phases or taking large volumes initially may increase the chance and possibility of side effects. Does creatine lead to hair loss? While some reports and a small study suggest a possible link between creatine and hair loss, Recent research indicates that creatine does not directly cause hair loss in most individuals. Several other factors, including age, genetics, and lifestyle, can influence hair loss. So it's very important to consider these factors when assessing the potential role of creatine in the thinning of the hair or the newly found bald patch that you've got. Now, when it comes to the thinning of the hair or finding bald patches, I don't see why you don't just cut the hair off, to be honest. It's more fussed finding sprays, doing a comb over, trying to make it look like you've actually got hair covering that spot, when you can just do a quick, easy remedy, buy yourself some shears, quick cut, go bald. It's easier, less problems. Now, I say that coming from a place of a good heart, yeah. I don't mean to sound insensitive, so I won't laugh about it, but I do get the fact that some people don't like it when their head's totally bald, they don't like the shape of their head or whatever. But in my case, I just find it easier, it's quick, it's clean, and it's fresh. So I won't laugh about the situation, but you know, this is how I look at it. Yeah, that's it, lads. Take your wigs off, go bald. Only messing. Sorry about that. My sense of humour sometimes. Right, on to the next clip. Is creatine okay to take every day? Yes, creatine is generally safe to take every day, especially at the recommended amounts. Many athletes and individuals use creatine daily to improve exercise performance and muscle growth. Is creatine really worth it? Yes, creatine is generally considered to be worth it, especially for individuals engaged in short, high-intensity exercise or strength training. It can help improve exercise performance, recovery, and muscle mass. The thing is though, these rewards are not universal, and some individuals may not respond to creatine supplementation, and this is just down to genetics. Creatine supplementation can enhance performance during short, high-intensity exercises like sprints, weightlifting, and other anaerobic activities. Performance level increase. It does this by increasing the availability of ATP, which is the primary energy source for muscle contractions. Muscle growth and strength. Studies suggest that creatine can contribute to increased muscle mass and strength, even much more so when combined with resistance training. Faster recovery. Creatine may also help with faster recovery after intense workouts, allowing athletes to train more frequently and intensely. Potential plus sides beyond athletics. Some research suggests creatine may have cognitive rewards, in particular for vegetarians, and may also help for other adults experiencing muscle loss. Cognitive. I'm gonna go with that. Oi, you can't pronounce everything right, you know. Some words are gonna slip, some words are gonna be correct, some words are gonna be just offish. Well, you know what? You get what I'm saying, though, innit? Yeah, you do. You know what it is? I'm going through so many slides, yeah, and reading so many different words. At some point, it just becomes a blur. You get what I'm saying? Oh my gosh. Sometimes it's my accent as well, you know. But as long as you get the gist of what I'm saying, then it's all good. Everything jiggy. Yeah. Safety and side effects. Creatine is generally considered safe for most people when taken as directed. However, some individuals may experience side effects. It's just how it goes. Is creatine a pre-workout? Yes, creatine can be taken as a pre-workout supplement, but it's often taken consistently through the day to maintain high muscle creatine levels. Some studies suggest post-workout creatine may be slightly more beneficial for muscle growth and strength. Here's some more details. The plus side of pre-workout creatine. Taking creatine before a workout can help saturate muscle creatine stores, potentially leading to increased power and performance during high intensity exercises. But here comes the post-workout rewards. Some research suggests that post-workout creatine might be slightly more beneficial for muscle growth and strength gains compared to pre-workout. Optimal timing. The best time to implement creatine is whenever it fits your lifestyle best, and many people take it at various times throughout the day to ensure continuous muscle saturation. Right, that's the last slide for today. I got a quick 15, I'll do the rest tomorrow. Adios. Oh my gosh. I'm just throwing these in, yeah? But yeah, I've done 50 slides today. I'm going to do the rest tomorrow. Then I'm going to put the video together and slap it up. Right then, I'm back. Another 61 slides to go. Get this proper information out to you. How you like that? Right. Volume and amounts. The recommended daily amount of creatine is about 5 grams per day. No more than that is appropriate, especially if trying to avoid side effects. Consistency. For maximum rewards, creatine should be taken consistently to maintain high muscle levels. Does creatine affect sleep? While creatine itself doesn't directly cause sleep problems, some individuals might experience sleep disturbances, especially if you take it late in the day and at a greater volume. Brain energy and sleep. Creatine plays a role in brain energy production and may affect sleep patterns by reducing adenosine accumulation. Sleep deprivation and creatine. Studies suggest creatine may help neutralise the negative effects of sleep deprivation, such as improved cognitive performance and mood. Muscle recovery and sleep. Creatine can support muscle recovery, which might indirectly contribute to better sleep, especially for athletes and those working out. Individual variations. Some people might find creatine helps their sleep, while others might experience difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep. Here's a quick reminder. The body makes its own creatine as well. But before that, let me tell you quickly about ATP, which is an energy source. The more oxygen you're able to inhale ultimately means the more energy your body has available to use. When you breathe, your lungs absorb oxygen and move it to your red blood cells, which then carry the oxygen to all your body's organs and muscles. Your muscle cells need oxygen to generate adenosine triphosphate, or ATP for short. ATP provides the main energy source your muscles need for the graft. The more oxygen you can get in equals the more ATP your muscles can produce. Check out the recent video for more info on the cardiovascular side of things. What is VO2 max and how is it measured? Get fit, good vibes. Creatine seems to help muscles make more of the energy source called ATP. ATP stores and moves energy in the body's muscle cells. It's used for activities that involve quick bursts of movement such as weightlifting or sprinting. In that list you could involve football, biking and skating also. The body naturally produces creatine, a compound which we now know is primarily used to supply energy to muscles, especially during high-intensity activities. It's made in the liver, kidneys and the pancreas, from the amino acids arginine, glycine and methionine. Most of the body's creatine is stored in the skeletal muscles, with smaller amounts in the brain and other tissues. The body synthesizes creatine from amino acids. Storage. Most of the body's creatine is stored in muscle tissue, specifically as phosphocreatine, which is used to regenerate ATP, the primary energy currency of the cell. during muscle contractions. Dietary sources. While the body produces some creatine, it can also be obtained through diet, with red meat and fish being good sources of this creatine producing process. Is creatine a steroid? No, it is not. Creatine is a naturally occurring compound in the body that helps with energy production during short bursts of intense activity. Anabolic steroids are synthetic hormones that mimic testosterone and are used to promote muscle growth, while creatine is a dietary supplement that helps with muscle energy. So I'll reiterate and say it again, anabolic steroids. They are synthetic hormones that mimic the effects of testosterone. They can promote muscle growth and strength, but also come with significant health risks, problems and side effects. They are regulated as controlled substances in some countries and require a prescription to use legally. Check out the recent video for more info on steroids. What are the side effects of anabolic steroids? Will I lose size if I stop using creatine? When you stop using creatine, the water retention will decrease, which may lead to a reduction in muscle size and a slight visible sign of weight loss. You see, now this is the thing when it comes to training naturally and using supplements like creatine and protein powder. Okay, they might not be illegal, they might not have that many side effects, but you can't really see your natural size when you're using these supplements, even down to gauging your natural strength. If you're using things like creatine, which makes you stronger, how do you know how strong you naturally are? This is another reason why I tend to train naturally and only gain the proteins from the foods I eat. I like to know what I can do and what I can't do, how strong I naturally am, and what size I can naturally build without supplements. For me, it's common sense. I'm not playing a game of you're stronger than me, I am stronger than you. My game is, I need to know how strong I am, how strong I can be naturally. Right, so back to the question, will I lose size if I stop creatine? This does not mean you will lose true muscle mass, strength or long-term gains, as long as you continue with resistance training plan and continue to feed the body with the correct nutrition. But as said a few slides ago, you will lose a bit of weight, you will lose a bit of size, and this will be because of the drop in water retention. So if you're on an ego thing, you're playing the ego game, you want to look good in your eyes, then you better keep using the creatine then, haven't you? Yeah, mate, you better keep using that creatine if you want to look like the big man. Yeah. Does creatine burn fat? Creatine doesn't directly burn fat. It primarily supports muscle building and performance. However, it can indirectly support weight loss by helping to preserve lean muscle mass during calorie restriction, which can boost metabolism. Creatine can help to maintain strength and power during workouts, making it easier to burn calories. Here's a more detailed explanation. Muscle growth. While creatine doesn't directly burn fat, it can contribute to muscle growth, which can lead to a more toned appearance as you lose fat. Body composition changes. You might see a decrease in body fat percentage and an increase in muscle mass while taking creatine, even if the overall weight on the scale doesn't change significantly. Direct fat burning. Creatine is not a fat burner and doesn't directly melt away fat, according to nutritionists. Indirect support for weight loss. Creatine can help you lose weight indirectly by preserving muscle mass while on a calorie deficit diet. It enhances your workout intensity and improves recovery time. This allows you to burn more calories because your exercise sessions are more rigorous. Does creatine cause acne? No, creatine doesn't directly cause acne. Some individuals might experience breakouts while using creatine, but it's more likely due to factors like increased sweating from intense workouts, diet, hormonal changes, or other skincare products rather than creatine itself. If you're concerned about acne while using creatine, it's best to consult with a dermatologist or healthcare professional for personalised advice. Can I take creatine if I don't work out? Yes, you can take creatine even if you don't work out. While creatine is known for its performance-enhancing effects during exercise, it can also offer other benefits to those people who don't work out at all. And here's a few reasons why. Cognitive benefits. Research suggests creatine may support cognitive function, improve memory, and enhance processing speed. Muscle preservation. Creatine can help maintain muscle mass, which can be beneficial for individuals who are less active or who have sedentary lifestyles, those staying seated for long amounts of time or most of the time. This might be good for people with office jobs who are always seated, taxi drivers, bus drivers, the kind of work you're doing where you're always sat in the same position. It works again for people who've got illnesses who are at home, always seated, maybe in a wheelchair. Muscle preservation, creatine can help with that. Brain health. Creatine is remarkably supportive for brain health. This goes well with the cognitive side of things. Healthy aging. Creatine may play a role in healthy aging and hormonal balance, particularly in women. Energy boost. Creatine can help boost energy levels, especially for those with chronic fatigue or post-viral conditions. General well-being. Creatine supplementation may contribute to overall well-being, even without a rigorous workout routine. Is creatine good for the liver? Creatine supplementation may be beneficial for liver health, particularly in preventing non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, NAFLD. Now, that being said, on the offside, creatine supplementation is not recommended for individuals who already have the condition, as it may worsen the overall situation. Is creatine worth it for beginners? Yes, creatine is often considered worth it for beginners who are looking to improve their strength and muscle mass. Creatine is a well-researched supplement with a good safety profile for long-term use, making it a suitable option for individuals new to exercise or strength training. Can I mix creatine with protein? Yes, it's generally safe and often recommended to mix creatine and protein powders together. Combining them can offer convenience, potentially enhance muscle growth and recovery. Can I take creatine on an empty stomach? Yes, you can take creatine on an empty stomach, but it might not be optimal for absorption. Some people find it more comfortable to take it with a meal or snack to avoid potential digestive upset. Taking it with food, especially containing carbohydrates and protein, can potentially enhance its absorption by triggering an insulin response which helps shuttle creatine into muscle cells. How much water should I drink when using creatine? The amount of water you need can vary based on things like your size, activity level and gender, but generally shooting for at least 3 to 4 litres of water or 10 to 14 cups per day is a good idea. especially if you're working out and using creatine. Drinking 4 litres of water a day is generally not considered normal or recommended for most people, as it can lead to overhydration and potentially harmful effects. While the need for hydration varies, aiming for 2 to 2.5 litres of liquids for women and 2.5 to 3 litres for men is generally a good starting point for daily fluid intake. Here's why overhydration is bad for you. Drinking excessive amounts of water can lead to hyponatremia, a condition where sodium levels in your blood becomes extremely low. Electrolyte imbalance. Overhydration can also disrupt the balance of other electrolytes in the body, which are essential for various bodily functions. Drinking an excessive amount of water is not always necessary. Many people can get enough fluids through a combination of drinking and eating, so the 8 glasses of water a day rule is not universally applicable. Signs and signals of overhydration can include weakness, confusion, nausea, throwing up, and in super severe situations, even seizures, or even entering a coma. Individual needs. The amount of water you need can vary based on factors like your age, size, activity level, and environment. Does milk count as water intake for creatine? While water is the best source of hydration, other fluids like milk, herbal tea, and fruit juices can also contribute to your daily fluid intake. Just be mindful of the sugar content in some beverages. Here's 8 health performance benefits of creatine. Energy boost, muscle repair support, improved performance, muscle growth. It can help in the fight against Parkinson's. It can fight other neurological ailments, blood sugar level regulation, and brain function. So in summary for this video, creatine supplementation primarily enhances athletic performance, muscle growth, and recovery. It can improve strength, power, and muscle mass, particularly during high-intensity exercise. Creatine may also improve cognitive function and potentially support bone health. Yes, that's right. I've given you a well-detailed oversight and look into what creatine is, how it can help you out when training, and improve the fitness lifestyle when used correctly. Try seek out a top quality research-backed creatine mix to get the best results for your requirements. Good luck.